We are in the right Zoom room. I am in the right Zoom room at this point. And so this is Monday, November 18th, and we are live for another gathering of kings. You can visit us at gatheringofkings.org in order to join in with us here in the living room. And now for real, I am going to let in those who are in the waiting room. All righty, all righty. Oh.
Hey, Z.
Hey, Jay.
How you feeling?
I'm back at it. I'm good.
Yay.
Yes, thank you for asking.
I knew you would be.
Thank you.
I just saw your text. No, there's not a new Zoom room. I was just in the wrong one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was in the wrong Zoom room, and my Zoom has been acting up. I'm not sure. I think I need to remove it, like delete it, and then bring it and like re-download it. However, the issue with that is that anytime I've tried to remove it, it's saying that it can't be removed because Zoom is open, but it's not open. But then when I try to join from the Zoom client, like to download the Zoom, not in the browser, but to download the Zoom, it says that it can't be opened. And so either you're open or you're not.
Right.
Like, which one are you? It's like, what is happening? Which one are you?
Right.
Oh, so so I've been joining from my browser here lately, but like if for other links, but my own, I can go to my calendar and pick it up.
Okay.
And most of the time it works. So
Is
I
there an
don't know.
update or something? Is
Say it again.
there an update? Hey, Eric.
I I thought I updated it. Hey, Erica. I thought I had updated it. Oh, she's in Builders Academy. I need to let her out her in. I thought I had updated it.
Delete that. I was like, whoa, what you doing?
I thought I had updated it one of them times, but this has happened before, but I've forgotten how I fixed it. And so I never closed out Zoom as a result, like the download of Zoom. Hey, Leilani, I'll never close it out. But then for whatever reason, I had to force quit it maybe about a month ago, and it started over again.
Gotcha.
So, and I don't know how to fix it yet. So anyway, it's all good. It's all good. It's fine. It is fine. But yeah, I had logged in into the wrong Zoom, trying to bypass that. I went to the wrong link originally. So that was my fault. There's no other reason but that. Oh, but yes, we are glad that you are feeling better. Might be feeling too better, but it's okay. Too clear and level-headed for my tastes, but it's okay. It's fine. I can't open my Stanley.
You are my new man, babe.
It still got the ice in it from last night. There we go. Shira.
You sit there. Ooh.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
I'll let you open it next time.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Oh my goodness. For the people.
Yeah, so you can shout.
That's so sad. Oh my goodness, you ought to quit that. Stop.
Oh.
All right, good evening. Good evening. Hello in the living room. Hello online. Thank you for being here. Hello on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you. Glad to see you. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, gotcha. All right, cool beans. So we are deviating a little bit this evening, and I just want to just say, as a sidebar, I was having a conversation. I love how I kind of like walk myself into stuff, or that allows me to walk myself into stuff. So over the weekend, I was having a conversation with one of my sisters, and I was talking about, like, she's in this place where she's just like, I wish God would just tell me what to do. Like, I got all these choices, and I want God to just take his finger and just point to which one, and boom. And, so I was like, well, what if this is a season, an opportunity, a time where because you are in this place of freedom, you have freedom of choice as well. What if it's a thing? What if you kind of like looked at it as a reward, and it's been like, and like, understand that maybe God is saying, maybe heaven is saying, well, you pick, and I'm backing whatever you pick, because the way that we engage life is through this lifestyle of process that is unbecoming, right? So it is a lifestyle. So like, we don't just wake up, spend an hour, in prayer or whatever, and then we're off to see the wizard. You're like, okay, no, it's like a consistent conversation. It is consistent commas, consistent ellipsis points. And she was like, oh wow, like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, the later on. So let me just say this. Every Monday, most every Monday, we come, we teach. On Tuesday, I'm like, okay, Jesus, what's going on for next Monday? The planner in me is like, what's next? Where are we going? Right. And there have been times where it's Jesus just be like, and I remember this was last year. I was in this place, and I reached out to my mom and to one of my mentors. And I was like, what do you teach when you don't know what to teach? Like, when heaven hadn't said anything yet, and you just kind of like right here. And they both, like, they said the same thing in different ways. They were like, well, God just saying you pick. No, I don't want to pick. Tell me what to do. And so right after I got off with her, and I was like, wait a minute, like, you just set me up again, didn't you? Because I realized, Jesus, you hadn't said nothing about Monday, and it's Saturday. And I was like, wait. And so every day throughout the day, I'm saying, what we doing? What we doing? And so today I came back, and I was just like, what is happening? And
that's good.
I'm laying across the bed, and I had this unction to listen to the voice text that I had sent my sister on Saturday. And there was a point in there where I was saying something, and then I said, and God is saying, I trust you. And it was like this pregnant pause. And I was like, oh, dang. It's just kind of like, oh, you're not going to give me anything, are you? You're trusting me to do this today, huh? But I don't want you to trust me. I want you to just tell me.
Yeah, right.
Just tell me what we doing. Oh my goodness. And so I hadn't even planned on telling that part at all, even though where we're going today happened over the weekend too. But I had not even planned on sharing that part. So just know that it's not by accident, right? If you're like my sister, and you're like, I got all these opportunities, all these choices, all these things, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, God, which one? And you feel like God's not answering, or he's not being clear, or it's like he's taking a long time. We've already covered multiple times over multiple Mondays that our Father loves us, and there's never a time that he will not answer us, period. And so what if it's a situation where he's like, whatever you pick, I'm good with it. You choose. Tell me, I got you. You pick. It's like, that's too much freedom. What? Like I told my sister, I said, sometimes I'm like, God, I can be like a bowling ball rolling around a china shop. I want you to just tell me. He's like, no, I trust you.
I had a thought. When you was talking like that, I had a thought of me going to the car lot and just sitting there. It was fun. I kept laughing. All right, God, do I get the red car or the blue car? And he actually looked down like, are you serious? And that's so funny. Are you serious asking me that?
Yeah.
You pick.
You pick.
Yeah.
You pick.
I know that had nothing to do with what you was trying.
No, it's fine. You pick, and I trust you to pick.
Yeah, don't say he trusts you.
And I'm backing you.
Make the decision.
Right? I'm trusting you to make the decision. I trust me in you.
That's good. Still you wrestling with it all. Girl, you ain't said nothing.
Because, I cancel. We ain't gonna meet. Because I don't want to talk about, and it's crazy when I think that's one of the few times where, like, I've ministered to myself from listening to my own voice. But it was very clear. It was very like God is saying, I trust you. And I'm just, so
to hear that.
Yes.
For real, for him to say that and say, trust you, like, you pick,
Yeah.
You good. You go ahead. You got it. You can go back over here and start. Now, what you say you do? Oh, yeah, I ain't think about weird.
So, amen. Whomever that sits with, amen. Let it sit. Okay. Amen. So here's where we were going, because I didn't know about that part. So here's where we were going. So I want for us to talk about tonight what I jotted down as being attacks on identity. And there's a bit of a backstory. Then there's a bit of a backstory. I'll go there first. Then what we want for you to do is peg yourself, right? Peg yourself. And the things that I share, I want you to be listening for heaven to respond to you, to give you what you need, and you write that down. Okay? I got 3 things. I got a take-home point, as my pastor would say. And in addition to that, we want for you to hear what heaven is saying to you with regard to this. Okay? So backstory. So Saturday, I woke up and I said, you know what? I want to do something nice for myself today. Now, first of all, that's a whole thing, because that doesn't generally happen. It doesn't. That don't generally happen. And so, and my husband is and he is very good at that. He's very good. Like, he'll take himself shopping, he'll take himself to breakfast, take himself to lunch. Like, he's very, very good. He's very good at that.
Thank you.
And I told you that before.
I know. I'm just saying. You can believe that.
But me, not at all. I'm not good at that at all. And so I woke up and I said, you know what? I want to do something nice for myself. So I put on an outfit. I thought I was cute, you know, had my whole thing going on. I said, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get my lashes done and my eyebrows done. Okay. And so that's what I set out to do. So I got up, and then I said, because, you know, I'm still working on this thing. I said, then after that, I'll go grocery shopping for everybody. So it still wasn't just me, but it's better than I'm just going grocery shopping and that's it in my leggings and whatever. So I go. Wait, let me put the chat up so I can see what Z is saying. Oh my goodness. It is progress. Thank you. It is progress. Z said the way I'm shaking my head, but it's progress. It is progress. And so I go, the first place I stopped, lady was late. She wasn't there yet in town. So I said, well, I'm going grocery shopping in the neighboring city. So not a problem. Did I see Raven? Hey, Raven. Yeah, I did see Raven. I said, well, I'm going grocery shopping in Oxford. So fine, I'll ride up to Oxford, go to the mall. You know, so there's a place in the mall, get my stuff done. Okay. So I go in, you know, sit. I'm not a usual, I'm not a regular. So I'm like, well, I think I'm finna do this right. So I go in, sit down, lady next to me, like we're talking all the things. And so I get to the chair, I tell the lady, okay, I want some lashes, and I ask her to tint my eyebrows because my eyebrows like literally grow in salt and pepper. And so they don't show up. That's the best way to describe it. I have eyebrows, but because they are the same color as this part of my hair, it looks as if I don't have eyebrows. So I asked her to tint my eyebrows, and because gray hair has a very difficult, it's rebellious. Gray hair does not like to be colored. It does not. Like she had to sit the tint on there for I know a good like 20-25 minutes. So I'm just sitting there, you know, I'm looking around, people coming in, people I came in with, they're leaving back out, all the things. And so we get through and she, you know, cleans it up or whatever. And she's like, oh my goodness, yes. Now, see there, you look so much younger. And I said to myself, well, I didn't realize I came in looking old. I was like, wait, right? So then from there, it was like a downward spiral in my thinking. And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him and I'm like, well, you know, I get that I have, you know, salt and pepper hair, but I'm really not that old, or at least I don't think I am, you know, but at the same time, I'm like, now how far into this conversation do I really want to go? You know, so it's like, well, never mind. So then now I get up, I walk out the mall, and I don't feel the same. Cause now I'm like, cause I thought I was dressed cute, you know, I thought I was okay, but apparently I've been walking around here looking old. I don't understand. And so, you know, so then I get in the car and I'm going to the grocery store, and you know, I'm just like, I done turned the music off, all the things. And a thought that came up, it wasn't that, it wasn't heaven at all. A thought that came up about 3-4 years ago. So I'm 47 today. About 3-4 years ago, so what's that? I was 43, 44. I did a photo shoot. Now, mind you, I do not like taking photos. I do not think I'm photogenic. I don't think that, this is me personally, I don't think that my pictures ever come out well, ever. And so it took a lot for me to put on clothes, go out, actually, because it was like a lifestyle kind of thing. So it was like out, you know, in the city, all the things, took the pictures, have my outfits or whatever. So that I sync with my photographer a few days later, and we're going through the pictures. When I went to meet him, I still had my lashes and stuff. I thought I was very, very cute. Go to meet him to get the pictures or to look at the pictures. And we're going through, and in my mind, I'm like, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. And then he looks at me and he says, "How old are you?" I said, "How old do you think I am?" He said, "About what, like maybe 55?" And I was like, "No, I'm having 43 or whatever, 44." And I think you came with me that time.
Is it?
Michael. And I was like, "No, I'm not in my 50s at all." And I said, "What made you think that?" And he said, "Well, the hair and the teeth." I said, "The teeth?" He said, "Yeah, are those your teeth?" Yes, these are my teeth. I could laugh at it now, but at the time, I was like, yes. He said, "But they're so pretty and white and straight." I said, "They're not dentures. There's a gap in my teeth. These are my teeth." He was like, "Oh, okay." And it was just that stuck with me. So as I'm driving, I had that thought. And I'm just like, this is nope, no. And I'm talking about just this downward spiral in my thinking, downward spiral. And there,
Go sit down.
as I'm okay, then I get to the grocery store and have a new debit card, go to use the debit card, it's not working. Now it's a line behind me. Something's happening with the card. Okay. The money's there. Something's happening with the card. So now folks behind me, stuff going on. And so that just added to all the things. By the time I got in my car and sat down in the driver's seat, I hadn't gotten everything, but I couldn't do anymore. I was done for the day. And I was like, I'm going home because I can't do this anymore. And when I pulled, as I was driving and I was pulling into my driveway, I sat in my driveway for a long time. And I sat in the driveway for a long time because I made the decision that I wasn't going to try to for lack of a better term, fight in my head anymore. And I made the decision, and here's where it starts. I made the decision, number one, to allow myself to feel. Because what I had been doing was fighting against how I was feeling, thinking that that was going to stop it. Right? I felt bad. I felt ugly. I felt like I looked old. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm only 47. So like in 10 years, what are people going to be saying? Like all these things, like, okay, because I've never been one who's ever thought I was like the cute one, right? So these are just things that that have been coming up that I've not necessarily allowed to come up for me, in me, right? So I sat there and I said, you know what? I'm gonna let them come up. I just got the sense that I need to just let this stuff come up. Let it come up. And I was like, but not Dad, I can't cry because I literally just got my lashes done. So we ain't gonna be able to do that. But anything else, hey, I'm I'm gay. Because these lashes was $40. And no. Right? So I allowed myself to feel. And, growing up in the charismatic stream, that was one of the things that was kind of taught against. Oh, your emotions are misleading. You can't trust them. Don't be moved by how you feel. right? Don't be moved by how you feel. Stay in faith. All these, so I've like pretty much built a habit around not being moved by how I feel. Hey, Gabriel, not being moved by how I feel, but only being moved by what God has said. And sitting there, I was like, I realized that hadn't worked. That hadn't worked. Not allowing myself to feel how I feel, good, bad, or indifferent, hadn't worked. And so I sat there for a little while and I made the decision. I'm going to feel some of this. I'm going to let it come up to the surface. I'm going to let it be exposed. And so I just started talking to my father about how I was feeling, about what I was thinking, just allowing all of it to come up. Okay. And for some of you, that's like, that would, for you too, would be a major step. Sometimes for me, emotions are like the enemy. Don't want to be vulnerable. Don't want to, definitely don't want to show emotion in front of people. Right. But then a step further, never want to verbalize or share or say. And this is one thing that Holy Spirit has been has been pointing out to me, because I have, it's Alexa. I have, yes, I have people in my life who I talk to on a regular basis. And every now and then someone will ask, hey, how are you? Right? It'll dawn on them. Oh my goodness. Like, I've been sharing a lot, but what about you? Slim to none chance that I'll respond to it. That's not important. Let's make sure you're okay. Right? And so Saturday, we had to change the narrative. So first, I allowed myself to feel, because it's okay to feel. I have emotions for a reason. You have emotions for a reason. Jesus felt emotions. He expressed emotions. So emotions are actually godly. Okay. Number two, I shared where I was. Share how I felt. So I text my mom and I said, she wanted to see the picture of the brows and lashes. So I sent her that. And then I told her how I was feeling as a result of what the little lash lady said. And to be clear, I do not think at all that the lash lady was trying to be no type of way. I think she was just saying how she felt, and that's okay. And so after my mom sent all of these I knock her out gifs, she was like, are you good? And I was like, no, not really, but I'll be okay. I'll be okay. It'll be fine. And so as I have been sitting with that, here's what I heard from God. He said, it's possible to accept something without embracing it. That's the third thing. It's possible to accept something without embracing it. That's important, because the acceptance of the thing is how we get the exit strategy. Jesus accepted death, but he didn't embrace it. He accepted it. Okay, I have to be murdered. I have to be crucified on this cross, but I ain't got to stay in this grave. I don't have to embrace death and stay here. I can accept it. Okay, here's what it is. Here's what's got to happen. Here's what has happened. But after this third day is done, I don't have to stay here. I don't have to embrace death. I don't have to hold death. I don't have to wear death. And I said, okay. I said, talk to me some more about that, Dad. He said, acceptance is the key that leads to the cure. Acceptance. There are things that happen. And sometimes what I found is that because I can tend to be at extremes, I'm either going to completely fight it. Nope, nope. You know, I got my speed bag going. Nope, 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 nope. Or I'm just going to fall into it. Okay, fine. Whatever. Yes. Okay, that's fine. Two extremes, right? Two sides, two ends of the spectrum. Here's the thing. Acceptance leads to the cure. Why? Because God cannot fully address something until we accept it. And he cannot fully remove something if we embrace it. If I am adamant, when I've been adamant about a thing, right? For example, Saturday. Okay, no, I'm just going to block it out. Okay, forget whatever she said, whatever. I'm just going to block it out. It's okay. And I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm just be indifferent, all the things. It doesn't work. How do I know? Because it kept coming back up just in different ways. Like I said, I had the memory of after the photo shoot, a photo shoot that I didn't want to do in the first place. Then the man think I'm hitting 60 when I just passed 40 something. I'm like 43. He thinks I'm 50. What do you say? 55. So it just kept coming up in different ways because the enemy knows how he is a strategist. He knows how to bring the pain. He knows how to do it. He's had lots of practice. So me saying, no, I'm not going to think about it, right, at all, doesn't work. And in times past, I've tried the embrace thing too. Well, it's just my lot in life, you know. I'm just gonna be old in the face, just whatever. However, whatever, that's fine. I'll be okay. I'm already married. I ain't got a date, so it's okay. I'm all right. You know, everything is fine. As long as my husband thinks I'm good, I'm good. But God can't fully address it until I accept it. Why? I'm unwilling to have a conversation about whatever the thing is until I accept it. There's no sense in me, for example, meeting with the personal trainer. There's no sense in me meeting with a dietitian, a nutritionist, if I'm not willing to accept that I am too heavy, I need to lose weight. For what? If I'm gonna go in there saying, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just here just to see, like, you know, what y'all gonna talk about. I'm just trying to see how much muscle you got. That's all. No, I have to accept the fact that I need to shrink, to reduce, to lower my weight. So I'm gonna go talk to somebody about that. But if I don't accept it, no plan can be created. God can't have the full conversation with me about whatever the thing is. If there's something that I'm dealing with personally, whatever it is, detrimental to my health, detrimental to my spirit or my soul, if I'm unwilling to accept this is where I am, then God can't have a conversation with me, not a full one, because I'll be denying my need for help, my need for assistance, my need for an exit. And Saturday, I needed an exit. Because when I tell you I went down fast, I went down, it took me down through there. I went down fast. At the same time, God cannot fully remove it if I embrace it, if I'm holding on to it. I'm struggling to keep it. I'm struggling to maintain or to keep something that does not belong to me. A thought process, a behavior pattern, a thought process that leads to a behavior pattern. He cannot fully get it because I'm holding on to it. I'm trying to keep it because I think it's mine. It seems so real. It fits. It's this peg has always gone in this hole in my life. This is where it's supposed to be. And God said, no, it's not. Let me show you something different. But it's always been this way. That doesn't make it right. And it definitely doesn't make it God. So if we embrace it, I was reading this, I have a different view of deliverance as we know it in the church now. So this is, it's I got to tiptoe a little bit. I was reading this article about modern day deliverance in church, and how there are people who, first of all, there are churches that have deliverance every Sunday. First thing. Second thing is how in churches, when they have deliverance, there are people who consistently every Sunday need deliverance from something else, or need deliverance from, I guess, another layer of the same thing. If kind of like is the way it was coming across, like it's almost like excavating. So I go back the next Sunday to get like the next layer, then go back next layer or whatever, like building down like that. And
I ain't getting
it just that I mean that's a picture of it, right?
Yeah.
That's a picture of it. So yeah, right, Z, or it wore off from last Sunday, right? So it's I got a different scent or something now, right? Part of that is teaching. Part of that is a lack of teaching. Okay. What I'm trying to get to is, as I'm having this conversation with Dad about this whole embracing it, right? What if, so this came up, what if the root cause of that is the embrace of a lie that has seemed like truth? What if the reason why I feel like I gotta be delivered every Sunday is because I have embraced a lie that and am embracing a lie that feels like truth? I get delivered Sunday, go out, go to dinner, something happens, and it's like, oh my gosh, because of my default response, oh my gosh, I must not be delivered yet. Because I responded this way. So I must still need just a little bit more Jesus. I got to go see the pastor and go up to into the line next Sunday because it didn't take this time.
Oh, helps.
When in that moment, what if it was just a choice?
Hey.
A choice that I can make because I recognize that I'm free.
Exactly. Yes, I know receiving that.
So that is, yeah, so that for me was a great picture of that other side of what God was showing me. He can't fully remove it if I embrace it. He cannot fully address it until I accept it, and he can't fully remove it if I embrace it. Now, here's the thing. In the acceptance, we got to understand that accepting it doesn't say anything about us, period. Oh my gosh. I got like some really, really deep self-esteem issues that, oh my gosh, but I don't want to say that out loud because that might mean I'm weak. Girl, bye. Right? But I had to get to the girl bye now. I had to get to the girl bye. That was not automatic. I had to get to the girl bye. Okay? The air quote girl bye. My point is sometimes our willingness to accept the thing, thank you, Holy Spirit. We're unwilling to accept a thing because of how it may make us look to ourselves. Not even to go as far as other people, but how it would make us look to ourselves. Scripture says that Jesus went to the cross despising the shame because there was shame attached to being crucified on a cross. That was a shameful way to be punished and to die. He wasn't worried about that. His acceptance of death didn't hinge on whether or not he was going to look good while he was hanging on a cross.
What are you going to say about me? I'm delivered all these folks now. I got to grow up in law. I grew up in, what are you going to think? I'm gone.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And I'm laughing because of how silly it sounds. Yet, how many times have I said something similar to myself? Girl, what? Listen, child. No. So, here was the trajectory, right? I allowed myself to feel. That was huge. And I got to do it more often. That was huge. But I got a new set point, right? So it shouldn't be, unless I make it, it shouldn't be as difficult the next time to allow myself to feel. So first thing, I allow myself to feel. You might need to allow yourself to feel. That may be a first step for you. Then I shared where I was. I told somebody, community. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna look if I say here's what? Child, first of all, they done heard you say a million times that you don't like taking pictures, yet they constantly throw a camera up, a phone up every time y'all together, present company included. They know who they are. They throw a phone up every time y'all together. They not studying that. They're already aware and they don't care. Praise Jesus. Right? So we gotta stop. I speak for this might not be you. I speak for me. Might not be y'all. I speak for me. We have to get over people. Period.
Yeah.
We just gotta, we got to get over people. And sometimes we are people. Just got to get over ourselves. And that's just it.
And that's just sound like what you deal with. I'm just saying, I'm glad you found a way to deal with it. But them just their opinion. I learned to I just reject it. If somebody start, even in the conversation, man, time getting hard, I just look at them. And inside of me, I said, no, I reject it. I don't let it get inside and become into my, I guess, subconscious. We ain't gonna do out, oh man, we time here get hard. I just reject it. Cause that was a lie. You don't look that 50 years old. And so, how many people probably won't just say, girl, what you 33, 34? It's they don't know. They can't tell nobody age. She probably 17 looking 65.
What?
Something herself dealing with, and I probably heard it so many times. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad you found a way to deal with it. I just reject it. I don't, it's just an opinion. I know it ain't the truth. I don't deal with it like that, even though you tell me I look, well, yeah, hey, you 65 years old. I just look at them, man, whatever. Because I just reject it. Whatever, like lies on TV, in the news, all that stuff. I do not let it get inside of me. Cause that's once it get inside and they gonna draw up stuff. It's just like a computer, man. All how you went back to that guy that said it, all that stuff come up. And it all I can see it when you got out the car Saturday. Something ain't right. Man, you said, cause you didn't give it time. You didn't even notice that went to the beauty shop or something like that. Like, oh, okay, something ain't right. That's because now it's dealing with a whole lot of us. So I was very like, okay, I'm just gonna give her space today. Cause I can see something going on. So you have to deal with that. Don't let that stuff kind of like want to bring that stuff here. And because of what they said, man, I'm live. I don't see. No, I just reject that stuff. I don't. We got the right to reject it. We ain't got to receive what people say. We got to receive that. Well, that's what you think. Okay, and then start talking about something there because I don't want to hear about that. And I'm learning to not even be offended about stuff, man. Your opinion of me, okay, that's what you think. Okay, I mean I got to think like that. I don't think like that. That's just your opinion of me. I'm not gonna let that bother me. Because if I start letting it bother me, it may drag me down memory lane. What this teacher said in the 6th grade and all that stuff gets coming up. My wife said this when we first got married. Forget all that. Ain't going to down that road. Yeah, I'm glad you learned how to deal with it, but just maybe practicing just not receiving it. So no, 50 search and search, or 40 search and search, and 60.
Because I'm not 50 nothing.
Going down to 9, whoever else might be.
Oh.
No, this is how old I am, but that's okay. I apologize. That's okay. I don't know.
Well, and see, it's
never let that bother.
Well, and so help me. There are for other areas that comes easier. For still other areas, it comes naturally. It's like whatever, right? However, in the areas where I have lent my agreement because of other things, other conversations, or whatever experiences I've had, that does not come easy. That's the thing. Right? So it's like the onion that you were talking about earlier. It's like the onion, right? There are things that can happen or that people say, and I'm just like, whatever. But then again, there are things that people can say and stuff that can happen, and it's just like, okay, and it's not instantaneous, but it don't sit, But things like this, for me as it stands right now, it sits. And it's not deliberate. It's that there is anytime it's easier to believe a lie when you've thought that it was truth. It is, right? It's kind of like Santa Claus. And this might be a bad example.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go with it.
I know he real. Go ahead.
I cannot with you today.
Yeah, just said it. I know. I seen Santa Claus.
Oh my goodness! It's so when I was teaching. No, back up before then. When Gabriel was little, we made the decision that we weren't going to do the Santa Claus thing. Just made that decision. And so what I taught my son was other people tell their children that Santa is real. Nothing wrong with that. You just know Santa's not real. It's okay. We're not doing that. So when Gabriel starts kindergarten, Christmas time comes up, they're decorating the room, all the stuff, all the other little 5-year-olds talking about Santa Claus, all the things. Gabriel thinks it's okay to say Santa Claus ain't real. Y'all parents lying to y'all. I got called to the principals. I got called to the school because my child decided to burst all his classmates' bubbles. It was a whole thing. And the headmaster of the school did not at all like it. And so I said, but did he lie? She said, well, no, it's not that. I said, okay. Anyway, whole other conversation. So then when I made the decision that because inevitably, when I taught first grade, every single year, there would be this whole debate about, is Santa Claus real? Is Santa Claus not real? And it never failed. Every time my students would say, Miss Truss, tell them Santa Claus real. Miss Truss, tell them Santa Claus is not real. And I would say, whatever your parents told you, go with that. Because I did not want to get called to the principal's office at my school for saying nothing. Those children were holding on to the truth of Santa Claus. And when they encountered real truth, it was like, oh no, no, like you're lying. You're lying. No, Santa Claus is real. That's what things like this do for me personally. I won't speak for everybody, but for me personally, other things like, oh, Eboni L, she is not a good speaker. Lies. That like a duck's back, baby. No, I was born for this. Like a duck's back. That bounce off. That bounce off quick. But other stuff, even whether it's opinion or not, since it's what I have believed as truth, there is an embrace that I have to.
What truth do you believe in?
Not so much the older, because I get that my hair does throw people off. The salt and pepper hair, like it does. And I mean, and I'm okay. My hair has been turning gray since I was in my late 20s. So it's not that. For me, it's the conversation in my head that triggers that. Oh my gosh. Like basically, I'm not cute at all.
Lie.
And you asked the question, so I'm answering your question.
Don't tell me no lies. Tell me the truth. We'll talk. Don't keep. We'll talk later.
I'm answering the question that you asked. Can I answer the question for the sake of everybody?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So to answer the question, that's the underlying situation or conversation, I should say. That's the underlying conversation in my head that I've dealt with for the great majority of my life for various different reasons. You know, so to hear, the last lady say, "Oh, you look so much younger now." Like I said, my first thought was, well, I didn't realize I came in looking old. Because I woke up with the intention of doing something nice for myself, and I thought I was cute in my giddy up. So there's that. But again, the journey, and here's where I'm trying to, here's the opportunity and the invitation that we have, is to accept instead of embrace. That's where we are. Accept instead of embrace. Accept instead of embrace. Okay. So I got 2 questions. Do we have time? Oh, this is the only thing about lashes. It's for a couple of days afterward. Okay. Thank you. 2 questions. Don't be in no rush, sir. 2 questions. Write these down. 2 questions to have a conversation with your father about. Write these down. First one. Is there anything I need to accept instead of fighting against it? Kicking against the prick, kicking against the golds. It might be who you be. Woo. It might be who God's called you to be. Might just need to accept it. Especially, oh, that's good. Especially if every time or most every time God brings it up, your first thing is, but how? Can't have that conversation yet. Because you have to first accept it. You have to first accept, okay, here, God is saying, this is who he's called me to be. Here's what he's called me to do. Until I say yes, there's no need for a further conversation about how. For what? My acceptance can't be contingent upon the how. It has to be contingent upon my father's character and what he said about me. Acceptance. Is there anything I need to accept instead of fighting against? Instead of fighting against it. Erica says, stay out of my business. I'm just saying. Is there anything I need to accept instead of fighting against it? And then the second question, is there anything or anyone I need to relax my hold on? Is there anything or anyone I need to relax my hold on? Meaning I don't need to embrace it anymore. And that's how I was going to write the question, but I got corrected, and that's how, not corrected, adjusted. And that's how I got the question. So I'm relaying the question the way that I got it. Is there anything or anyone I need to relax my hold on? Is there anything or anyone I need to relax my hold on? Is there anything or anyone I need to relax my hold on? Goodness. I have an embrace around something or potentially around someone, and I need to make space. Woo, Carol. I need to make space. I need to make space, room for, I may not be, oh, I see it now. Okay. So an embrace, right? I may not necessarily be willing or even feel like I'm able to completely let it go. But if I relax my hold, at least then God can get a finger in. He can get a finger in. To start having a conversation, to start making space for experiences that will lead to truth. I get it now. All right, everybody got the 2 questions? Raven, you turned your video on earlier. Did you have something that you wanted to share or say or ask? Maybe not. Is there anybody who has anything that they want to share or say or ask? Anybody? All right. Okay, then that's all we have for you this evening. We're ending. Do you have both questions down? Okay, so you can take this time because we normally, or our ending time is like in 8 more minutes. So you can take this time to sit with those 2 questions. I promise you, it'll be good. It'll be good. It's gonna be good stuff. Okay, if nobody has any questions or comments or anything, we are going to let you loose for the evening. Go talk to your father. You have 2 conversation starters. I encourage you to use them. All right. We'll see you guys next Monday.